We're going to sit with Winston. He's going to tell us what the future of pre-con is going to be, what Tridel is doing for everybody.
Location is actually second to none because everything
Ryerson,
about Toronto Metropolitan University.
Yes.
So this is our decor side of it too. We label our finishes by numbers.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like car. Like if you 500 series, 400 series, you are the extension of our sales team.
Right.
That's so that we be able to bring us more customer, more opportunity for us as well.
That's
too.
it.
But on that note, thank you.
Thank you. Alex, what's going on today? We have a great person that we're going to see today from Tridel. Winston Chan, he's here. He's going to introduce us to Tridel and he's going to tell us the ins and outs and the future of pre-con. How are you, sir?
Reza,
how are you?
Very good, very good.
How's it going? We're going to sit with Winston. He's going to tell us what the future of pre-con is going to be, what Tridel is doing for everybody. He knows the ins of pre-con, and if he lives it, he makes it, okay? He makes it happen. So we're going to have a big chat with him, and he's going to show us around, and hopefully he's going to tell us where to go next for his other big projects, and we're going to see what the big projects are. So Winston,
yes,
tell me a little bit. Where are we? What is
this?
First
of all, welcome home. This is Tridel headquarters.
Thank you.
We called it the lobby because we want to welcome not just you, but also our purchaser,
right.
Elite agent like yourself too. After you purchase your Tridel home too, this is your lobby. This is your home.
Okay.
So we, as you can see, actually we created in such a way it's a very welcoming environment, as if you come home back to a beautiful Tridel lobby. So this is your lobby as well.
The agent's lobby.
Yes, the agent, the purchaser, we call it the lobby, a Tridel meeting place. And also we also even have, we have a nice cup of coffee, by the way, but interesting to comment about our coffee too. You see bar 1934, this is actually where Del Soto family started the business.
In 1934?
1934.
Wow.
So Tri is 3. Del is Del Soto,
the three brothers.
The three brothers, the last name too. Unfortunately, our leader Angelo passed away, but then still Leo and Alfio is still
around.
And then also
are they still active with the?
Oh yes, very much so, and also the Fruitman family as well.
Okay.
So they are part of the family. For me, this is actually my first job and hopefully my last. And I've been with Tridel for the past 28 years, and we feel like a family.
Wow.
So this is how we design our head office.
And that's how I guess this is how you pass it on to the purchasers and clients. So when they come in, because I know when I buy a condo for clients, I go Dell Property Management is the best one. When you see that, you know that the costs are controlled, everything's controlled. So with the Dell Property Management, it's part of the Tridel. So they treat everything as a family. They treat it like their own house. This is what I feel as a salesman.
Precisely.
This is what I see.
Very well said. And that's why you see when a company start with Dell, say I oversee Dell Realty, which is doing the sales and marketing arm for Tridel. And then also we have, to mention about the Dell property, and then we also build our own building and the Delterra construction arm. Okay. So that's differentiate from a lot of real estate companies. Yes. Some of them may be a builder, they could be a developer, but we are all one in-house big group of company.
Okay, fantastic.
So that we be able to kind of deliver experience. Tried only in the business for the past only 87 years, and we built 87,000 homes too. So we create a lot of beautiful home and welcoming environment. And hopefully our head office demonstrate that as well.
That's huge. That's very nice. But I'm hoping that Dell real estate part that you said, the sales office thing, that could transfer to me, and then we'll be laughing.
And also interesting that you guys are key part of our business, because how many deals or interaction before we talk about relationship, right? This is you are the extension of our sales team.
Right.
That's so that we be able to bring us more customer, more opportunity for us as well.
That's it.
But on that note, thank you.
Thank you. No problem.
So this is our decor side of it too. For Tridel here, we want to demonstrate it, what we can do. Say, if you come here too, you actually see we label our finishes by numbers.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like car. If you 500 series, 400 series too. So we started from here to say, if you want premium. A lot of people think when they purchase a condo, will be boring. Or can I customize the suite? Take a look.
But you have the best designers that design it. I always say like 2023 models are here now.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we'd be able to demonstrate, like, say, even 500 Street, you have beautiful waterfall marble, built-in appliances, Miele appliances, and all that too. They'd be able to have the personal choice here. And today's, and buying anything, is all about personalization. So you can choose some different level of finishing, and then not just fixated into here too. If you don't see that's enough, you'll be able to choose from all the array of choices and all that too. Interestingly, when people purchase a condo, like you bring a condo, they purchase a condo like that. But when they choose the finishes, they take a lot of time. So, but then fine, they can come back and take the time to totally personalize that.
Let's say a project is starting, like you sell it today, we sell it today, but it's closing in 2026, 27. So by 26, 27, those things are updated, right? So when they want to choose, that's when they come, the last step that they have, they choose their products, their finishes. So these things are always updated to the newest model.
Absolutely, and then that's a very good point. So we always qualify that too, like that's depicted the level of finishes now.
Right.
So if there is any opportunity that we'd be able to provide, a better, like to your point, better technology, better ambience, then 100% you'll be able to come by. So therefore we have a dedicated team, not the sales team that you see on a daily basis, but then we have a dedicated team of
an interior designer
interior designer, and the customer care team here to.
So how often does this change here? All the decor. This is a big space. Like, I mean, this is maybe right now we see 2022, but when is it going to be changed again to update it to the 2024, 25 model?
The basic design is more or less the same. Like it doesn't really change as much. But to your point about a specific material, that could be. Now that we have to do with the supply chain issue too, we have to manage your expectations. Sometimes you see this too. We'll try our very best to find this too. But if the supply chain's not bring in, if I be able to bring you to see a comparable one, then we would communicate it with you as well too. And then that we now have to manage it. Before we don't. But now that we also have to manage that part of the business too. So therefore, purchasing a condo, or I should say, like building or buying and selling a condo, it's a lot more complicated than a lot of our consumer think it would be.
What I like is when I sell a pre-con, all I have to do is I have the clientele to convince them that they're going with the right company, bring them here, and then your sales team here that presents it, the presentation team, that's the sales team. They do more work than I do. So they bring them in, and they're the ones who sell the features to the client, and they make them sign it at the end of the day.
Yeah,
we have our saying, but it's their knowledge, product knowledge in there.
Yeah, and thanks for saying that too. But your relationship is important as well too, because you can guide them through. Why try it out, right? Like say there are so many developers, so probably because of the experience, and most importantly for us too, we have opportunity and love to show you what we did in the past. Like you can easily show a beautiful tried out condo, like 20, 30 years old. That's the confidence. That's why Reza.
The Hallmark series.
Exactly.
The Hallmark series. I've been in one. One of them I was in for 2 years while I was building my house, and I think it's the best. The best management, as I said, the concierge. Everything is picked the right way. It's a family way, as they call it, the lobby for the family. It's the family way they've done it. So this is my experience from this.
And interestingly, not many developer would show you a beautiful showroom or beautiful model suite.
So you own the whole section here belongs to Tridel, right?
Yes. So
the whole block up to Kiel, or
no, the block. And later on we can drive around and show you. So basically, all in the family. We even have Bank of Montreal have a branch here as well. Too. So it's quite convenient. Now to your point about the past building too, like many developer easily you can show you a beautiful showroom and beautiful model suite. But what differentiates us is I would like you to see our parts building. Like I would show you Hallmark Center. There's a few years ago, and even like 20, 30 years ago, you go in, you would still say wow. And that's something that we're very proud of. And therefore, when you see in the MLS listing, then our fellow realtor would put, without too much description, a Tridel building.
That's it.
Like
it's a
for
selling
newcomer,
feature.
what does it mean, right? But then you guys can go ahead and tell them this is my experience, and thank you for saying that.
So let me ask you, what's the VR experience?
Okay, so that was interestingly immediate before the COVID too. We have,
you started before COVID.
Before the COVID, and then you wear, mask and everything. But now COVID too, people are not comfortable putting putting
Oh, the
the
VI,
logo to see cinematic. We still have it. If you're interested, we can show you. But this is actually when we design that with whatever color you pick, and you put in your virtual
it's
reality.
A virtual reality. You have
that
it.
you'll be able to do. Very interesting. You asked that too. We have a lot of choices, right?
Right.
And then interestingly, end up our purchaser choose what our interior design choose as a package.
For sure.
So they spend times too, because we also ask our interior designer to do the estate version. This should be the combination. Fusion, that's the combination. At the end of the day, they actually pick what our interior designer choose.
So just to cheat, so if people want to renovate their house or they want to renovate their condo, if they have a Tridel, it's even better. But if they have an older condo, they can come here, they can look at the designs, and they can go, instead of, because they have it here. And this is a family lobby. So you can come here and get familiar with it, and then you can do it. Just to tell you, I used to do that at BMW. I used to go every day for a coffee at BMW because it was right beside my old business. And then at the end, I ended up buying a BMW.
Yeah, it's all,
maybe you should come here, do your decoration, and then you maybe fall in love with something and buy a condo from them.
Yes. And we even have a design magazine too, if you want to look for the tips and all that too. All means welcome anytime.
Right. So we have we're launching a digital magazine.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, it's going to have hard copy too. So I would ask you later if we can advertise your products in there too.
Sure. We'll connect you with our marketing team. Then they can do all the due diligence.
Alex, we got it. Well, I have a very good question to ask. Right now with the inflation, has your profit margins dropped, or are you increasing the prices on the end product? How do you guys balance that one?
Excellent question. Usually people often ask how come before, a few years ago, $600 a foot, now $1,600 a foot. Interestingly, a lot of the audience doesn't know that the builder profit is always hovering between like 9 to 12%.
Right.
And then before, the land you can easily get for $100 a foot. Right now, that anything, I don't even need to ask you where, it's like $300 a foot. Construction costs, fast forward to now, 200 to 520. So you add up all the costs. I have not even mentioned about the government charges too. All our prices are cost-based. It costs X amount, and then we maintain a reasonable profit. That's the price. You see some recent challenge for other developers is like there is a lot of things that even builder like us, we cannot predict. Who can predict COVID? Right? Who can predict inflation, and who can predict the war that is going on? So I think that's something that to prove to the point that our business that you and I in, and very complicated. And then also not to mention the time involved. We cannot say that, okay, let's do the plan and we can build it for next month. And then all this timeline concern. That could be 5 years for the zoning, a few years for building. At the end of the day, I have to deliver it to you. So imagine the cost for the timeline that we have.
And also now, how do you see the future of pre-construction? Because pre-construction, I remember when we used to buy, it was like 5-6 years ago, was you buying it at today's pricing. Because of all these changes, all the big builders have changed their rules. They're going, oh, we're selling it with 2 years from now pricing. Okay, so how can I convince my client, say it's a good investment, come and buy it? Yes, it's more expensive, as you're paying whatever 2 years from now pricing, but it's got who knows what's going to happen 2 years? What if 1989 happens, everything drops to a thing, they have to hold it for 10 years, then it doesn't become a quick investment, it becomes a long investment. How do I convince them for that?
Yeah, interestingly, future we can't comment, but very easy to say when is the best time to buy.
Yes.
And history tells us that yesterday.
Yes.
Right? We wish we do yesterday. And I think if the cost that I was telling you that incoming to, it's very, very difficult for the price to go down based on the cost that we're doing.
Right.
When you purchase a new condominium to the location, it's something that you're looking for.
Right.
And then you'll be able to have a lot of customization. Remember the one that
Yes,
we were showing you too? And the technology compared to 5 years, 10 years, and compared to now too, we have like even license plate recognition technology, and then all your Amazon parcel, usually you rely on the concierge to maintain it. Right now, just scanning a barcode, you can retrieve the package. And then all the health benefit, or the energy saving the directive that we actually put into the building too, it will be a whole new experience living in a condo.
Okay, so you don't see the pricing, like, anyways, I always say to my thing, I have a chart shows from 1935 to today. The stock market, the economy, the U.S. economy, everything is this way. So I guess same goes with the pre-construction. There's not too many pre-construction being built I guess.
And especially when the market is hold back a little bit, developer is also more cautious too, because there's a lot more risk and money involved as well too. So that could be a pullback. I do not see any slowdown of population growth, immigration, job opportunity. They're all quite positive. And then I like your comment about the chart for the stock market. It's go like this. But if you download the Toronto Real Estate Board, they capture from 1975. The real estate market is actually quite sustainable. You don't actually see there's any change even in the financial market or the SARS, and then recently we can add onto our report card, and even COVID doesn't lock it down. So, and I think we are, Toronto is quite blessed to be quite resilient. I think we are, quite international, globally inspired. We collectively speak over 100 different languages, and not many country, or I should say city, have this type of attribute. So I think we'll attract a lot more people coming in. Can we build fast enough? If you can tell me so, I love to.
The only reason I asked you these questions is because the 83-year experience that you have, because you've seen it all. In 83 years, you see everything up and down. So I guess from what you've seen, what your back office is calculating or your analysts have calculated, there's no way that it's going to go under. It's just going to go up. It's going to have slow and fast pace, but right now or anytime, you're too late if you didn't buy it yesterday.
As I commented before, we cannot comment on the future, but looking back history, we do actually see we have quite a resilient market, and I think the market is here to stay.
So Winston, I noticed this model that you have here. This is a big building. Where's this one? Queen Street East?
Obviously Queen and Church, and a really iconic building. Location is actually second to none, because everything
Ryerson,
about Toronto Metropolitan University, University of Toronto, and then close to Subway, the Queen Subway and the future Ontario line Queen Subways as well. And then most importantly, it's also next to the St. Mike Hospital as well too. Interestingly, we attract quite a bit of medical professionals. So are you,
these have the smaller build, you said medical, I understand, but I mean medical students or medical?
Medical student, the doctor, the nurses too, actually would like to look for a resident nearby too. A lot of people focus on university student, that's true, but also this is also
some of those buildings, they're really, I'm scared to sell it. It's good for investments, whatever, they want to rent it, but for somebody who wants to, managing the students is very hard too, so even as an investment to put them there. So this is a good thing I hear. So Winston, before we end it today, and I really appreciate everything you've told me.
Thank you for coming.
But one thing, everybody's asking me, Lakeview, what's the Lakeview project that they have, Tridel? So can I know about your Lakeview project?
Absolutely. Lakeview is actually one of the most transformative waterfront community in city of Mississauga. Not only you have a beautiful waterfront, you also have an innovation center too. If you go to right now downtown waterfront, everything you kind of look into the downtown waterfront, you have it, a brand new hotel, beautiful restaurants and all that too. And one of the big important feature is we created one of the longest pier in Canada.
Wow.
So it would be like, if you remember when you go to Santa Monica and whatnot too, you walk from a beautiful pier, and from the pier you can see a pristine skyline of Toronto. It's quite amazing.
I heard it's a long project. That thing it's a big land you have. How big is the land that
it's 177 acre. That location used to be one of the Ontario power generation power plant. Since that power plant being decommissioned, 6 developer headed by Argo will collectively develop the whole 177 acre. It's beautiful. It's very hard for me to describe to you now.
So can we one day can we set up something so we come there? I heard your model thing is it's the biggest model. Building that you've built right now in Toronto.
As I said, all the developer collectively build a Lakeview Discovery Center. So then we would invite you to go there and really experience the Lakeview community, and perhaps we can kind of drive around the neighborhood.
For sure.
The location attributes is amazing, and existing immediate west of us is already have a beautiful yacht club, and then we have a beautiful waterfront community that is existing. So I'll wait till last time you come to visit me. I'll show you.
For sure, we'll do that. Winston, thank you so much for everything you've done. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. Thank you, Winston.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.